Hey there, lovely people. Today we're going to read the book again, Meditations. And so far, the last we did, I think we were hardly even on chapter. Yeah, I think we were just on chapter 2. We didn't really go too far. Hmm. Yeah, so let's continue from here. Last time, I do need to check which session we were at, unfortunately. How about this? Let's start from the beginning, and we'll just see how far we can go. And okay, say this to yourself in the morning. Today I shall have to do with the meddlers, with the ungrateful, with the insolent, with the crafty, with the envious and the selfish. All these vices have beset them, because they know not what is good and what is evil. But I have considered the nature of the good and found it beautiful. And I have beheld the nature of the bad and found it ugly. I also understand the nature of the evildoer and know that he is my brother. Not because he shares with me the same blood or the same seed, but because he is a partaker of the same mind and of the same portion of immortality. I, therefore, cannot be hurt by any of these, since none of them can involve me in any baseness. I cannot be angry with my brother or sever myself from him, for we are made by the nature for mutual assistance, like the feet, the hand, the eyelids, the upper and the lower rows of the teeth. It is against nature for men to oppose each other, and what else is anger and aversion? So this was book 2, section 1, paragraph 1, and this section is regarding how you should not be angry at other people. This section is more to describe to you why you should not be angry or the how. So, as the books suggested in this section, I wanted to put it down here because I want to explain this because this is a really important thing. Okay, so uh, in every single day we meet different kind of people. Not all of them are good, not all of them are bad. Some people will do some things that are just plain on stupid. Some people would do something to hurt you, some people would do something that would harm you, and a different amount of things. Okay, so this is something that I also have to and I do think about a lot in daily life regarding the nature of the good and evil. So regarding this, the writer says, in our daily life, you would meet a lot of people who are not good. They will be meddlers and they would just generally be a nuisance. So, what should you do about them? First of all, you should understand that people who do bad things don't necessarily want to do them. They are just doing things that come natural to them. They have not considered the nature of good and evil. They are just doing whatever. But you have considered the nature of good and evil. I have considered the nature of good and evil. And I looked at the bad things and I don't want to do them. They are bad, and I know that they are bad. I want to do the good things. So the writer separates a lot. Give me a second. Okay. So the writer separates everything between those who know the good things and not, and those who do not. Those who don't know the good and evil will do the stupid things. But those who know the good things, those who have considered the nature of good and evil, should always try to do the good things. And you should not be angry at other people for doing the stupid things. They just have not considered the nature of good and evil. And this sounds really egotistical. Like, I am the greatest one, I am the great one. And it is to some extent. Which is something that might be a bit counterintuitive, as This is to get you to be okay with everyone, but still. Give me a second. And that also, Right does not exactly answer that particular point, but he does point out to something else. I also understand that the nature of the evildoer and know that he is my brother, not because he shares with me the same blood or the same seed, but because he is the partaker of the same mind and of the same portion of immortality. So I'm not really a religious person. The writer usually takes the religious view on this book. So for the purpose of this book and for the philosophy, I usually consider the portion of immortality to mean humanity as a whole. Okay, so we are all individually a portion of the immortality of the humanity and of something that is greater than ourselves. We are all a part of that, and we all have a portion of it. We are all trying to do some we all have a role in this great play on this portion of immortality, or whatever you might call it. So this is a portion of immortality that we all are in together. We are all brothers, and I therefore cannot be hurt by any of this, since none of them can involve me in any baseness. I cannot be angry with my brother or sever myself from him, for we are made by nature for mutual assistance. Because nature made us all to be working together, I cannot really try to be away from him. We are made to be together, even though it seems like even though I want to sometimes punch my friends in the face. Nature did make us to be together, to work together, to grow together. And so I should not take anything that he say or do things that might make me angry personally, because we are meant to work and be together. Like the feet, the hands, the eyelid, and the upper and lower rows of the teeth. All of these things are separate from each other. My eyelids are not in the same level as my hands, neither are my feet. But which of them are most important? Which of them are more important? Are any of them more important than the other? Are my eyelids more important than my hand? Or is my upper teeth more important than my lower teeth? All of them are equally important, and all of them work together to form a functioning human body. So even though some people might act stupid and be stupid, we are all meant to work together. So that is what the writer is trying to show in this particular section. And I will point out something. So far as I've read this book, aside from the death and the logic of how you should look at it and why you should accept it, this is the single most important paragraph in this book. From so far as I've read it, this paragraph single-handedly creates a base idea of what Stoicism is actually about. Because I've listened to this a lot. Like people, I read this book because of Wheel of Time, and the characters Maureen and others. They are usually called, and Lan and another. They are usually called to be Stoic, and so I was intrigued by the Stoic, and I wanted to learn more about it. So I got this book, and I wanted to understand it, and not a lot of this particular book matches with the idea of their stoicism, but this is the core principle behind the stoicism. This is what, if you want to implement stoicism in your daily life, this is the particular section that you would try your best. And so I will try to summarize it and repeat it again, because this is a kind of important thing. So First of all, people don't do bad things to do bad things. They usually are just ignorant of the good and evil. They just do what comes natural to them. For example, a child may walk out and pull on someone's hair. He's not trying to hurt them, he just does not know, or he has not considered that other people also have feelings. And some older people, adults, also do the similar thing, not usually to the same manner, but usually to the regarding the same things. Like when people try to meddle in your business, they are still doing the same thing, even though it is not really a physical thing anymore. So, yeah, people generally do things because they have not considered the what is good and what is evil. But we, someone who is reading about philosophy, usually does. So we are considering the nature of good and evil, and hopefully we found the good to be pleasant and bad to be something that we try to avoid. So we should try to do the good things. And we should not be angry at other people because they are doing bad things. Uh, because it is our nature to work together. And it does not mean you have to excuse everything, but you have to try to your best to make sure you work together. Because even though our eyes and our hands and our legs and our teeth don't really service the same goal, they are all still necessary. It's necessary for all of them to work in tandem to create a functioning human body. So this is the single most important paragraph in this entire book. And there are other things, but if you understand this, you would and are able to implement this in your daily life, then you would be able to achieve around 90% of what stoicism is about. So yeah, I think that was it for today. I was hoping on doing reading a lot more, but the first section in not in on of itself is really important. Okay, so see you guys, and if you found this helpful, and if you want to talk about it, then do write in the comments, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye.